Hi friends, my name is Nikhil Asha and you're watching Navchetna. In this video, we are going to discuss personal pronouns. As we all know that we use personal pronouns every day, so it is mandatory to keep refreshing everything that you learn. If you already know what we are going to discuss in this video, it would be a great revision exercise. If you don't know some of these rules that we are going to discuss, it would add to what you already know. What do we do in a conversation or anything that we write? We talk about a person, or people, or things, don't we? We start with I, move on to you, he, she, it, they, and finally sum up things with we. We would do the same in this video. Ready to start? Let's begin. We know that there are three persons in English grammar and two numbers. First person, I and we. Second person, you and you. And third person, he, she, it and they. When we refer to one, we call it a singular. When we refer to more than one, we call it a plural. I is what we begin our day with, isn't it? So when do we use I? A speaker or writer uses I to refer to himself or herself. I is a first person singular pronoun. I is used as the subject of a verb. Let's see some examples. Shruti and I are getting married. She likes me, I think. We is a first person plural pronoun. A speaker or writer uses we to refer both to himself or herself and to one or more other people as a group. We can use we before a noun to make it clear which group of people we are referring to. Let's see some examples. We both swore we'd be friends ever after. Don't you think we should wear masks to prevent ourselves from COVID-19? We is sometimes used to refer to people in general. For example, we need to take proper care of our bodies. We are staying home to break the chain of coronavirus. We can use we instead of I to include the audience in what we are saying, especially when discussing how a talk or book is organized. For example, we will learn the usage of you now. You is the second person pronoun. You can refer to one person or more people and it is used as the subject of a verb or the object of a verb or preposition. Let's see how it is used. We use you to refer to the person or people that we are talking or writing to. It is possible to use you before a noun to make it clear which group of people we are talking to. Let's see some examples. When I saw you across the room, I knew I'd met you before. You two seem very different to me. What you guys need is more practice. In spoken English and in formal written English, you is sometimes used to refer to people in general. Let's see some examples. Practicing every day would make you a fluent speaker. In those days, you did what you were told. In some dialects of English, use is sometimes used instead of you when talking to two or more people, but you should avoid using use. Let's see an example. Yous two are getting paid. He said, "You're too lazy." He is a third person singular pronoun. He is used as the subject of a verb. We use he to refer to a man, boy, or male animal. Let's see some examples. He lives in Mumbai. He could never quite remember all our names. In written English, he is sometimes used to refer to a person without saying whether that person is a man or woman. Let's see an example. The teacher should encourage the child to proceed as far as he can, and when he is stuck, ask for help. In some religions, he is used to refer to God. Let's see an example. In times of COVID-19, only he can save us. She. She is a third person singular pronoun. She is used as the subject of a verb. We use she to refer to a woman, a girl, or a female animal who has already been mentioned or whose identity is clear. Let's see some examples. She was 17 and she had no education or employment. When Shruti arrived home that night, she found Nikhil in the house watching TV. Some writers use she to refer to a person who is not identified as either male or female. They do this because they wish to avoid using the pronoun he all the time. But you should avoid using this. Let's see some examples. The student may show signs of feeling the strain of responsibility and she may give up. Very early in life, when the baby feels the pangs of hunger, she learns to scream. She is sometimes used to refer to a country or nation. Let's see an example. India needs new leadership if she is to help shape Asia's future. Some people use she to refer to a car or a machine. People who sail often use she to refer to a ship or boat. Let's see some examples. Hundreds of small boats clustered around the yacht as she sailed into the dock. The car you are sitting inside, she is my first love. We've discussed I, we, you, he, and she. Let's see how it is used. It is the third person singular pronoun. It is used as the subject or object of a verb or as the object of a preposition. We use it to refer to an object, animal, or other thing that has already been mentioned. For example, I saw the red Honda City down the bypass. It was more than 100 yards from me. It's a wonderful city. I'll show it to you if you want. We use it to refer to a child or baby whose sex we do not know or whose sex is not relevant to what we are saying. Let's see some examples. The child succumbed to death after it was born. He threw the baby high in the air and it stopped crying. We use it to refer in a general way to a situation that we have just described. Let's see some examples. He was through with sports not because he had to, but because he wanted it that way. You will not be jealous, or if you are, you will not show it. We use it before certain nouns, adjectives, and verbs to introduce our feelings or point of view about a situation. Let's see some examples. I am not sure it's a good idea. It's up to us to change things we don't like. We use it in passive clauses which report a situation or event. Let's see some examples. It has been said that stress causes cancer. It was noted that within 6 months, COVID-19 infected more than 1 billion people. We use it with some verbs that need a subject or object, although there is no noun that it refers to. Let's see some examples. I like it here. We live in a world in which only the strongest can make it to the top. We use it as the subject of be to say what the time, day, or date is. Let's see some examples. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's July 2020 in India. We use it as the subject of a linking verb. to describe the weather, the light, or the temperature. Let's see some examples. It was very hot and windy the day I drove to Patna. It's getting dark, let's go inside. We use it when we are telling someone who we are or asking them who they are, especially at the beginning of a phone call. We also use it in statements and questions about the identity of other people. Let's see some examples. Who is it? He called. It's your neighbor. Hello Nitesh, it's only me, Nikhil. When we are emphasizing or drawing attention to something, we can put that thing immediately after it and a form of verb be. Let's see some examples. It was I who found him there. It's my father they are accusing. We use it in expressions such as it's not that or it's not simply that when we are giving a reason for something and are suggesting that there are several other reasons. Let's see some examples. It's not that I didn't want to be with my wife. It's not just that he failed to perform. So we are done with it. He, she, it, I, we, you. Let's move on to they. They is a third person plural pronoun. They is used as the subject of a verb. We use they to a group of people, animals, or things. Let's see some examples. The two men were far more alike than they would ever admit. People matter because of what they are, not what they have. The young horses broke in a pack, and over the first furlong, they remained in a pack. We use they instead of he or she to refer to a person without saying whether that person is a man or a woman. Some people think this use is incorrect, so we should avoid this. Let's see an example. The teacher is not responsible for the student's success or failure. They are only there to help the student learn. Let's see another example. I never saw anyone go in to buy. Whether they ever did, I don't know. We use they in expressions such as they say or they call it to refer to people in general when we are making general statements about what people say, think, or do. Let's see some examples. They say there's plenty of opportunities out there. You just have to look carefully and you'll find them. In Australia, I believe that they call it animal magnetism. I hope you enjoyed and learned. Thank you for watching.